Hello YouTube, iFixItAll here, Team iFixItAll. So what we got on the workbench today is a Bunn Pour-Omatic. I don't even see a nameplate on this thing anywhere. Manufacturer's information, it's not on the bottom that I see. I looked pretty well too, it's all metal bottom. I don't see any stamping anywhere, and I'm not real sure. Here's what I do know. This was given to me as a hand-me-down because my parents upgraded from their previous Bunn. And I remember when they got this new, I was still living at home. So that would be maybe, I'm thinking they got this around 84, 85. So let's, here's the problem with this. Right now the unit, the tank back here that holds the water works well and works fine. I've had this thing apart a few times doing maintenance. I've had to clean the tank out a couple of times. And what's going wrong now is what they call the warmer plate. This rocker switch is malfunctioning. It just doesn't operate anymore. So I'm going to be taking out the rocker switch and see if we can repair the switch. It's a lighted switch too, so I want to see if I can fix the switch. Hang tight. Let me start unbuttoning things, because all I got to do is take this top cover off, and I don't believe it's too much more trickier than that to get to this rocker switch. Hang tight. Well, crap. I totally forgot about something. So, speak words. In order to access the rocker switch, there was this top cover. Too easy, just 3 screws. But I totally forgot. The weakness on these has always been there's a nut right here. There's a lot of discoloration here. I got to clean it up. How can I? All right, so that's a nut right there, but it's a hollow nut because it screws down into a metal tube that goes into the tank. But it also integrates the idea of holding on this lower cover. So there's the top cover. You pour your water through here. There used to be a flip-up door right here. The water falls down, goes in that hole right there, and the previous hot tank of water gets pushed out, so that as soon as you pour water in, water's coming out. And that was the perk of that's the perk of a Bunn. But in order to access this rocker switch, I think, let me think about this for a minute, but I'll just finish what I was saying. The correct way is the way to access this rocker switch is you take these 2 screws out, but you also put a big screwdriver in this nut here. It's slotted to allow you to do that. It's a slotted nut, and once you unscrew that, there's a system of gaskets that you don't want to. Once you disturb this connection, you're kind of screwed. You got to redo your gasketry work. I'm going to think about this for a minute. I'm wondering if I can't access the rocker switch from the front. I doubt it, because it probably has those little expanding fingers on the back side. Let me work on taking this nut off, because I know I was in here last time. Let me see what kind of repair work I did about 20 years ago. Let me see what the hell. I don't know. Maybe the last time I repaired this was even before YouTube was around. That's probably how long it's been. Because I know that's why I was given the thing. It was leaking out the bottom. I drug it home, figured out why. Let me do a study. Hang tight. Alright, let's break this damn thing loose. I've got the 2 screws out up here. I thought I could sneak in, but the plastic is just too stout, so, you know, sneak in around and get to that, but no, there's no bending to this. So, we gotta take this nut off right here. Let's use a brake tool. God, once you break this seal, yeah. Yep. Done did it now. I don't know what that's made of. I know it's metal. Is it magnetic? Oh boy. Okay. There's that with a washer. Crapzilla. I went and done it now. I don't know what my repair... Excuse me. I don't know what my repair job was the last time I was in here. I think the last time I was in here I had that... Excuse me. Oh, what did I do here? Oh, that ain't factory. That's something I did. Take that out. Why did I do that? What was I thinking? Huh? Okay. Oh, damn. I reorientated the entire video. Oh yeah, I was in here last time. That's a repair job of me. What is this? I don't care what it is. It looks like a handmade duplication of what was there from the factory, and it looks like I've got some sort of putty. Interesting. I must have found an object that was shaped similar, and I puttied it in. Hang on. Okay, so this is where they were vulnerable, is right here. I don't even know what this is. I have no idea. This could be like a cap off of like a... I'll bet you anything that's what it is. It's a cap off of like an antifreeze jug or something. Or some big cap off of some container. Oh yeah, it might be like an apple cider or a vinegar cap that happened to duplicate that concept, because the original white plastic had all deteriorated. It was formed like this, and that's what was causing the leak. Let's take a look into here, and let me show you. So that part right there touches that part right there. This is your big stainless metal tank, and it looks like I can at least get that out of there. I can do some cleanup in here. I have an opportunity to clean that up and put a new gasket on there. But there's my rocker switch, so that's why we're here today. Oh look, I wasn't here before. Check me out. I'm turning this camera too much. Alright, so sure sign I was there. That says BL, P, and W. So I should have done BK for black, but I did BL. Black, purple, white. And of course that would be based on the premise that the switch is not in the upside down position. That's what we're after. We're going to take that switch out and take it apart and see if we can fix it. Hang tight. Yeah, so that was bugging me. This is a lid off of something, but I don't think it's antifreeze jug. Something else. Who knows? But that's that. Let's get to the switch. The switch. I can't even tilt this without... I gotta empty the water out so you guys can see what's going on. There's no way I can show you this. Maybe I can. And if we do that, yeah, okay. Alright, so I'm going to disconnect the wires. I don't need a legend because I already have one. Dang. Now a lot of times these switches are just held in by friction, meaning you squeeze a couple of tabs and push through. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do. See if I can get in there with my jewelers. Yeah. Yep. Oh, come on. There's still water in that tank. There we go. I got that part. There we go. If we take a look here on the side profile, I can walk it out, and voila. So now I need to That's off. So the writing was up. All right, we no longer need the coffee pot for the time being. Gather up tools and bring them down here. Don't need that. So the focus is this little guy right here. Bring my extra eyeball. I'm going to see if this will even come apart. It has to come apart. Someone put it together. But it could be sealed. Some of these switches come apart and some are just plasti sealed. I'm noticing something already to my benefit, I think. Okay. Let's turn this big light out here. Scoot you guys over. So I've noticed that, let me get a brush and clean this up. Somewhat of a gentle brush. I want to show you something. So it looks like there's a little red dot there. Same color as this rocker. That's a little pin injection molded, little ear injection molded into the rocker switch that perhaps maybe, and it's the same on both sides, that if I pry open the black housing, this will lift out and then it'll reveal the internals, because I don't see a little doorway I can open or something that I can get in there and like pop this thing open and repair it. I'm going to take a chance here and get a smaller tool. Hang tight. Here's a tinier little jeweler's. Yeah. Okay. Wonder if I can hold that like that and get in here and pry the other side. Alright, so I'm going to need to put something in there to keep that shimmed open. Maybe. That like that. Yep. And come in this side without stabbing myself. This might be the optimum thing right here. Oh, I lost it, I think. Nope. I've got the button partially freed. I don't want to continue prying because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to bust something if I can prevent it from getting busted. Put that in there. There we go. I'm walking it out. I've got the button, the little ears, up high now. I should be able to pull on this and stuff should be revealed. Oh, there's all my working bits. There's my light bulb down in there. That's the actual light bulb right there. And there's a spring. I can see where a spring is supposed to sit. Right in this. The red cover. Forgot to figure out which way is which. Like, how do I orientate this button? It looks like it's symmetrical, so it doesn't matter. But the problem is, where's my electrical? This spring works my electrical contact too? Alright. There's my spring. Gee willikers. There's a spring. Scale. You have no reference for scale. It doesn't. It's a tiny spring. Whoops. Bumped the camera. There you go. So I can't lose this yet. I need a parts container. Hey, oh, I got one. Here we go. For tiny stuff. Here's something. Oh crap, Zilla. I lifted it wrong. What fell out? What fell out how? Where did stuff go? No. Let me reach under here and see if there's anything to catch. What was that fell? Hang tight. Let me explore the workbench. Okay, it's this little thing right here. Little metal doohickey. I've got to figure out how that goes in here since I dropped it. So I got a little bit of artwork here. Let's talk about this piece first. Coming in as close as I can. All right, something to point with. Dang it. Where did it go? Okay, right here. So there's this metal piece that has this specific shape, but it's grooved out right in there. And then it looks like there's a little contact pad right here. And then there's the spring. I think that spring goes right on that. Right there. It's magnetic. I'm going to keep these. Alright, so there's the metal tab that I've got drawn up. And this is my spring. I think that's the way it assembles. And this groove right here, I believe, let me see if I can get my light situated. I believe this groove right here sits right in that contact right there. There's a middle contact. I wonder if that helps. There's a middle contact, and then there's a... I can't always guarantee you guys can see everything when it comes to these tiny details. See if I can move that light. Yeah. There's a light bulb right here. One leg of it is tied to the center, which is that metal tab down in there. The other leg is hanging free off of this terminal. But I believe this groove sits on this upright metal tab here. And I believe this little contact section of the metal tab touches right here. And with the spring sitting on top of it, it's in a bind and trapped with the cover, because the cover is provisioned to receive the spring. It's a uniform, it's symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which way it gets installed, but there's a circular cutout. Looks like it would receive the spring kind of. And the action of rotating this would create a flicking motion of this metal bracket right here. That's the way I think it goes inside that switch. So I'm going to try to reassemble it. I'll save you the pain on that, but that's what I'm after. But the schematic that I've got somewhat of a basic schematic. On this switch, we were seeing that all the lettering was facing up and the black was on the left-hand side, the purple was in the middle, and the far right would be the neutral. Well, as I look inside the coffee pot, I found out that the purple wire is just a short jumper, because the purple turns into a black. And then the black is a solid black, home run. So the way we can verify this, I've already done it. There was no way for you to see or enjoy that, but I know that if I touch this wire there's the white wire. If I touch this purple to that black, the hot plate warms up. So what that means is 120 volts. 120 volts is sitting here, 120 volts is sitting here going through the lamp assembly, out the black, down to the hot plate. The hot plate has a neutral leg, and this switch is actually opening and closing the neutral leg, so that when you flip the switch, that lamp assembly inside this switch is able to light up. See the light bulb on the left hand side? 120 volts comes up your cord. It's waiting right here. You flip your switch to change the orientation of this to where it's now flicked down and making contact right here. It's still touching right here because it's riding on a metal tab inside there. It's I want to try to sure hope you guys can see that. Sure hope I wouldn't drop things. There's a metal tab down in there, right in the center. Right there. And there's a metal pad back here which represents this area. Oh, God, I'm getting long-winded, but 120 volts comes in. This is always making contact to this terminal number 2. If you dropped everything down lower, just imagine this is a metal terminal. It's always touching right here. You flip the switch. This closes because it'll kick that way. 120 volts travels through the lamp, out the black wire, down to the heating, the hot plate. The neutral side of the hot plate must get its neutral from here because it got closed. So this could be perceived, if this light bulb ever went bad, I would speculate that the hot plate would never light up if the light bulb went bad. because I was studying how the light bulb is mounted, and the light bulb is tied to, yeah, the light bulb is tied to, one side of the light bulb is on terminal number 1. Right here. There's the lamp. And that's one side of the light bulb. And the other side is in the center, which is right here. Power in. Yeah, so there should be 120 volts always waiting at the hot plate, because you got 120 volts coming around through the light bulb, out the black, down to the hot plate. I should be able to put my meter lead on one side of the hot plate and find a neutral, a random one somewhere, and read voltage. But it won't heat up until you close the switch. It gets its neutral from there, where it's ground. Let me try to reassemble this, and wish me the best of luck, because I ain't never done this before. We shall try. Hang tight. Actually, I'll let you watch me suffer a little bit. Okay, I've dropped that down in there. Now I just got to add my spring. Yep, that'll be a minute. So I just discovered my spring is not long enough. And now that I look at the dynamics of everything, it's still too short. So I think the spring broke, and maybe when I took the switch apart, I lost a short section of it. So hang tight. Okay, so I have a few springs, lots of springs. I'm going to go through here and see if I can't find one that's the proper diameter and the length I need. Hang on. Okay, so I've found a spring. I'm going to have to trim it the right length and see what works. Alright, so I've best guessed my spring length right there, so that after compression and it's up in the rocker plastic part, there's enough spring tension on it. Let me see if I can get it together. I don't know what just happened there, but I might have been recording, I don't know, but anyway, check it out. Lights on, lights off. Hot plate comes on, everything operates. Now I'll just button this thing up and clear my workbench off and get ready for the next subject. Alright guys, you take her easy. See ya.